input, output in Discord on my computer, and then if I'm lucky, it works.
All right. Well, welcome everybody to another AMA for Corby World. This one is about play to earn. Don't worry if you can't stay for the whole thing. We will be posting this on YouTube so you can listen to it and watch it anytime. This one is a huge one. It's a really big deal. So I'm glad for everybody who's listening. We're super excited to be explaining this to you. This is kind of what makes us really different from the other Web3 games. Uh, so, quick introduction about myself before we get started. My name is John, or you may know me as Cool J in the Discord. I'm one of the founders of Corby World. Um, I've been I've been in technology for 20 years. I've been building video games for 4 years, uh, and I'm very proud to be a part of a really incredible team of game engineers and game developers and competitive players. Are at in Corby World or at Core Gaming, we're about 45 employees, and it's a really great team. Nadine, do you want to do a little bit of background about yourself?
Sure. My name is Nadine, and in the Discord and online, you'll see me as Core Creator. I am also a co-founder of Core Gaming and Corby World. I am more on the gaming side of things, like events and tournaments and all the fun stuff about competing. If you follow Core Gaming on socials, you'll see that we're also an esports organization, and we have some competitive teams. We have a fighting game competitive player and also a Valorant team and a whole lot of content creators. And I've been in gaming for about, I feels like a long time because I love gaming and I've always been competitive. But actually in gaming, it's been about 4 years. Yep, that's
Cool.
it.
All right, awesome. So before we get into the questions, I'll just kind of uh, talk to everybody how this works. So we a bunch of questions were already submitted, so this is going to be a really good AMA. And if you have any questions, just go ahead and put them into the chat anytime, and we'll address them during this call. We're going to run this in two ways. One, we're gonna talk about all the questions, but I'm also going to, tell you guys all about our play to earn system. Let me share my screen. Mm-mm-mm.
So there's a question in the chat.
Alrighty.
It's from JTM. It says, what will the process of being able to earn be like?
Yeah, that is my favorite question. So before I get into that question, I want to tell everybody on here and listening that the information that we're about to talk about is public knowledge. It's information that's available on our website. The best way to get access to it is go to the Corby World website. That's corbyworld.com. And there's a link on the top header to our white paper. And can you guys see it okay on your side? Is this showing the white paper? Okay.
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, great. So the white paper, it really is a great document that talks about all of the different areas of Corby World and all of the games that we're building, including One Tap. And this is where it starts to outline for you the earning collection. And so I'm going to show you guys how to read through this information and what's all kind of very important to you. So our earning collection is the Corbs. That's what they're called, right? So everything's core, Corby World, Core Gaming, Corbs, right? Now the Corbs are a unique character. Um, each there are 60,000 Corbs, and each one of them have their own unique facial attributes, clothing, hairstyles, etc. They're all very unique. For those of you guys who are familiar with these kinds of collections, it's similar to like the DeGods or the apes, where there's some similarities, but they all have unique attributes. You can read about all their unique attributes here. You can also read about what benefits that they have when you own one of these. But what we're going to be talking about today is very specifically, how do you earn cryptocurrency in Corby world with one of these Corb NFTs. So where you find that in the white paper is under the economy system, right? If you go to the economy and the tokenomics, I recommend everyone who's thinking of purchasing a Corb or being a part of any play to earn system that you understand the tokenomics and even take some time to kind of understand what tokenomics are. That's probably a good idea for another AMA, is one day kind of talk about what are tokenomics and what are the things to look for in these things whenever you're evaluating a project. But I'm going to go down to a very specific area of our tokenomics, which is here. It's called skill-based earning. Sorry, what was the question, Nadine?
The question was, what will the process of being able to earn be like?
Yeah, perfect. So that's what this area of the documentation really talks about, is how does the earning work and what is skill-based earning, and the process, guys, it's actually kind of beautiful. It's very simple. So if you own a Corb, you add the Corb into your in-game wallet. So for those of you who have been playing the one-tap game, you know that you can log in, with your Google account, with any of your MetaMask wallet, with your Apple account, with your email. Every time you do that, every time you log in, you're actually connected to an in-game wallet. And you can see that by going to the settings of the game and looking at your wallet. Your Corb has to be in that wallet. And if it's in the wallet and you're playing the game, then you will earn. And the way the earning works is, for every round you win, you earn a little bit of our cryptocurrency called Corby. And then for every match you win, you earn even more, right? So we're rewarding you at basically every win. Now, you don't have to win a match, you just have to win a round. And for those of you guys who've been playing it, you know that even if you're not the best one-tap player, it's still pretty easy to win a round or two here and there. And so we'll kind of explain how that all works. I think, maybe the first thing we should do is kind of cover Corby, just like briefly, right? So what Corby is a cryptocurrency that is, it's not owned by anybody. Like Core Gaming didn't create it and go out and sell it on behalf of Core Gaming. Corby is what's called a utility token. At its core, at its basic utility, it's to give earnings to the people who play this game under the skill to earn. Corby, like I said, it isn't owned by anyone, but we are setting up what's called the Corby World DAO, which will not really own it either, but they'll be like its manager. They'll be like the oversight of the Corby token. Now, when you're thinking about how tokens are managed, it isn't like any one person can ever make a decision that kind of changes the course or the value of a token. Really, what you have under the Corby DAO is a community of people who just kind of keep an eye on it. They'll, if something's wrong with it, they'll let everybody know. Oh, someone's trying to sell all their Corbies, millions of Corbies, and it's going to, destroy the token. Or oh, look, the token, just tripled in value, and this is why. So that's the point of the Corby DAO, is to really kind of be the supporting system behind the token itself. And in order to be a part of the Corby DAO, you either have to own a Corb or you have to own Corby, which is, Corby isn't something you could just go and buy. Right now, in our ecosystem, pre-launching the Corby token, the only people who are able to get their hands on it is pretty much our ambassador system, our ambassadors. Quick shout out to my elite ambassadors. I love every single one of you guys. Thank you for joining. We're going to do some amazing things this year. So there they are earning Corby, and they're earning it for good reasons. They're kind of like they're the elite supporters of the Corby system. And my hope is that they all one day participate in the Corby DAO and all of the benefits that are there. Um, to be fully transparent, DAOs don't just pop up and become successful overnight. They are nurtured and managed until they become kind of self-sufficient. So what we're doing at Core Gaming is we're going to be nurturing and managing the DAO until the community themselves has a solid process in place to be able to kind of take it over, right? And they'll be the ones who are overseeing the growth of the Corby token. And there's a lot of mechanisms in place on what that actually means. Which we should probably have another AMA on just Corby tokens and tokenomics. I think that's going to be a very important topic for those of you guys who are looking to buy a Corb and be a part of this long-term system. So back to skill-based earning. So definitely, I'd love to hear the questions around that. Any concerns, issues you may think that we may have here. But the reason we developed skill-based earning instead of your traditional play to earn is because the traditional play to earn has a lot of flaws. Like a lot of the original games that have play to earn, they rely on new buyers of NFTs in order to supply the old buyers of the NFTs. So basically, the way it would work is you would have to, you would have to either earn or buy several NFTs, and once you had them, you can start earning in the game by just kind of grinding away at the game. Those of you guys who don't understand the term grinding, it's basically it takes hours and hours of gameplay before you can start seeing rewards. Well, the issue was that is the long-term sustainability of the rewards was really based on new players coming in and buying the NFT and re kind of putting in money into the pot so they can continue putting out rewards. That's not very long-term sustainable because the game, there's so much pressure on the game to continuously basically sell these assets. And we wanted to kind of stay away from anything that would affect our long-term earnings. So we made it very simple. There's only ever going to be 60,000 of these in the game that can earn. And then we've set up the majority of our Corby token to be part of the reward system. And the way we've set up our distribution of the Corby token within the play to earn, we've set it up to be a minimum of 20 years of earning. It's possible that the DAO one day will start to replenish that and maybe take it even longer. But guys, like when you're talking about the longevity of a video game and its earning capabilities, anything above 10 years is, you know, you're basically at a master class level, right? I mean, if you buy a Corb, let's say a Corb is, we actually don't have the set price, but let's say a Corb is $1,000, right? You spend $1,000 and now you have an item that allows you to earn Corby token for the next 10 years, which will potentially, in Corby give you a return of a lot more than the $1,000. And depending on what the Corby value is at that time, it'll have a value, right? So That's a really long time. The point is that we've set up a system that is going to be self-sustaining for a really, really long time. And then what we're hoping is that the DAO uses a portion of their treasury, which comes from all of the sales from core gaming, to maybe give it another 5 years, 10 years, etc. Once the 20 years comes up, or they come up with another strategy. And there's so many guys, like it really depends on how strong the community is for 20 years from now. But another strategy would be like another game delivers another token and you're now earning on another token. There's just so many things that could happen. And what we've done is we've given it plenty of time to blossom into something. So that's kind of my preliminary speech on Play to Earn. Let's get into some of the questions.
Okay, one of the questions is, do we have an expected date for the Corby currency?
Yeah, I don't have like a perfect exact date yet. I do know that Corby will be listed within the next 60 days, and I'm super happy to announce that. Um, those of you guys who are kind of like watch crypto markets, how perfect is the crypto market right now? Everything seems to be on an up. The sentiments across most of the countries that have the toughest jurisdictions are giving us a little bit of leeway, which allows us to grow even better. And I think this first quarter is going to be the best time to list the Corby token. And most likely it'll go on a DEX, so that way everybody can participate. I know some of you guys are holding Corby. Maybe you want to sell it, maybe you want to buy it. And so through these DEX, you'll be able to do that. And as soon as we list it, what we'll do is have AMAs, we'll do videos and show everybody how to participate in that.
Good news, good news. There's a question about if we're going to be able to set up the system where from your main account on one tap you'd be able to, or this, it might be main account on the Corby World website, I'm not sure, but from your main account, will you be able to access all other accounts? I'm not 100% clear, but I think it might be like if you have other gaming accounts or wallets and everything just all in one place.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't get that question right, just let me know in the chat and I'll clarify.
Yeah, I mean, I like that question. It's going to be one that's going to come up over and over again, just because everyone wants to make sure that they're putting their assets in the right place. So we think we made it simple, guys, but some of you who've been in Web3 for a long time have given me some opinion about this. But basically, here's what we've done. We've integrated a system called Spear One. Spear One allows us to have all kinds of ways to log in. So whether I'm using my Google, my Apple, my email, or any Ethereum wallet, I can log into the game. I can log into the Corby World website and check out the marketplace, check out my items. I can log into the Play One Tap website and check out my items, check out the marketplace. Everything's very universal. In order for you to have an asset be a part of the game, so that includes your corbs for earning, your weapon skins, your pets, those items have to be in your personal in-game wallet at the time that you go and play the game. So you don't have to keep them in there, but you do have to have them there when you play the game. And the reason for that is two things. One, we've made it very simple for people who are just getting into doing play to earn and working with NFTs, where we've put in an on-chain wallet from them under the Spear One system that is automatically managing all of their in-game assets. And two, that's how we're securing things. We're making sure that people aren't trying to double dip an NFT. So potentially, people can connect a wallet to multiple places, as everybody knows, and we cannot have assets being double used in our system, and so that's how we're keeping it on. That's like the easiest way to keep it on there. The next level would be for us to add tons of layers of security and double check, which just kind of slows down the loading of the game, and we just kind of don't want that. Good question though. I love it.
Awesome. Okay. Next question. What is the approximate value of the Corby token with other coins on the market?
Yeah, so as of right now, based on a couple companies' valuation of the Corby token, it is currently set at 36 cents. At the time of listing, it can go anywhere between 36 cents to probably a dollar, right? Um, so I don't have the exact amount yet. There is an entire team of people that make this initial decision, and then once it gets listed, it has its own life, right? So if I had to guess, uh, it'll the token itself, the Corby coin itself, will be listed around 90 cents initially. And guys, I don't know if any of you guys are like really familiar with this kind of stuff. Sometimes you see, you know, cryptos being listed at like 10 cents or 1 cent or even less than a cent. And that's totally normal. That has a lot to do with um, all the different factors within their um tokenomics or currency system. One of the things to kind of watch for it with us is that we can list it a little bit higher just because there's a couple major factors. One is we have a set amount. Like this amount doesn't change. And it's not in the billions. It's not billions and billions of Corby coins. So that allows us to list the price at a little bit higher than, some of these other tokens that you see. And then also this chart right here, this is kind of like the Corby flow, like how much will be there on day one versus how much will be there, 5, 6 years from now. That also gives a good determination on how to price your cryptocurrency, because if there's not a ton of supply, if you're looking at it like a basic supply and demand model, you can see what I'm talking about. There's not a ton of Corby token that's out in the market when we first list it. So that means that supply is low, which in theory creates a higher demand for the coin, right? And there's a lot of reasons why the coin has demands. And so uh, that's why I think it'll probably be listed somewhere around the 90 cent mark when it finally goes public. But guys, I can't guarantee that. As a matter of fact, I can't guarantee anything. Cryptocurrencies are not supposed to be managed by anyone. They are they have a life of their own, and it's really up to this core this community to create its value, right? And we will talk about like what are some of our suggestions, and what are some of our strategies for making sure that it retains values in another AMA around tokenomics. We do have all the strategies in place for that, so it's a really good question.
Okay, there's another question. With the expected date for the Corby token, will it also come out at the same time to be able to see the skins?
No, no, the skins, we're actually late on the skins. They were supposed to come out last week. What happened with development is we have a bunch of optimization that we've been working on for weeks, and we rolled it into the skin build, and it's just been in QA for a while, right? And so QA finds issues, we have to fix them. So I think the first version of skins comes out next week. That uh, I'm surprised it hasn't come out yesterday or today. I know they were very close, but no, that comes out like any day now.
Okay. So there's a couple questions that were submitted before on the form. One of them is, what is a gaming cryptocurrency?
Oh, what's a game? Yeah, so there's a lot of different reasons why companies launch what's called utility tokens, which is a new cryptocurrency. Um, the reason for our cryptocurrency or the cryptocurrency under Corby World is actually based on something that we call esports capital. So you can see it here in the white paper under the tokenomics. There's a quick description on what esports capital is. We really don't talk about it enough in here, but it's the basis of everything we do at Corby World. So I want everybody, you guys are all gamers. Everybody listening to this is a gamer. This is why, you're here. Whether you're a competitive gamer or a casual gamer or a mobile gamer, I know you're a gamer, and that's why you kind of have an interest of being here in Corby World. Well, we're also gamers, and not only are we gamers, but we have a history, like Nadine and I have a history of competitive gaming. And when we saw what the value of this is how we saw the value of competitive gaming. If you're an aspiring competitive gamer, you're probably playing the game a lot. You've dedicated a portion of your life to play this game and be better at it. Potentially one day playing at the semi-pro or professional level, which in most cases does allow you to make some money. Like whether you're getting a salary from somewhere, or you're going to be winning tournaments, it allows you to make some money. Well, when you're a video game or a video game company and you have someone who's playing your game 4 or 6 hours a day, and that person just loves that game, wants to be a pro at it, they talk about it with all their friends are playing it with them, they're going on social media and clipping um, things that they did in the game, they're streaming it on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok. They're talking about the game, and the way they talk about the game is basically like they're promoting the game. And that is a huge value for game studios, is getting that level of exposure on somebody who is aspiring to be a professional gamer or wants to somehow make money playing this game. And they're just so dedicated that the game studio gets a bunch of value from those kinds of people. And we see this all the time, guys. Like esports, and if you look at how esports has evolved just simply over the last 5 years, we have definitely gone from it being a closed community of gamers who just kind of talk to themselves to being in everyone's home as part of its entertainment. So games like Rocket League, Call of Duty, League of Legends, Mobile Legends, Valorant, Gears of War, I'm sorry, not Gears of War, Counter-Strike, those games have had incredible exposure and success due to the esports capital system. Basically, people want to be a good competitive gamer in that game, and they every part of their lives is kind of surrounded by it, so they promote it. And so that's how we built our model. That's why uh, we call it skill-based earning, is because you're playing the game, getting better at the game, and because you're getting better at the game, you're winning more rounds. Because you're winning more rounds, you're winning more matches. Because you're winning more matches, you're climbing up the leaderboard. And because you're climbing up the leaderboard, you are earning more. And we reward you for that time and basically that exposure that you give our game studio with the Corby token. And that's really the basis of the model of why the Corby token exists. It's to reward our what we call our ecosystem, but basically our players for being so supportive to the game. And then on top of that, it's a great way to build and give back to a community. You're a community of everybody that's listening and everyone who's part of our ambassador program. You're part of this new community, and this new community can blossom into whatever we want it to be. And so, what we've set up at Corby World is the way to at least financially fund this community for a very, very long time. And everybody who's a part of it will be able to enjoy into the funds of this. How much? That'll depend on the value of the coin, and nobody should be getting into this because they think they're going to just walk away rich. They should be getting into this because, yes, you're going to get some money for playing the game, and yes, you're going to be a part of a growing community, and people just like you are going to be out there supporting you, talking to you, and just being a part of your life. What do you,
Nice.
yeah, what do if anybody has any follow-up questions, please let me know. I thought that was a really great question.
Yeah, so there's a couple other questions. How many NFTs do you need to have in order to earn in the game?
Oh, okay. That's a really good question. That's definitely coming from someone who has some experience. So, one, you only need one Corb to earn in the game. If you have more than one Corb, you just earn twice as much, right? So, but you only need one to earn in the game. And there are some games out there where you need, three or four, or they run out or something, but just one.
Awesome. Okay, next question. How much will the NFT cost? I don't know if that's directly for the Corb or
Yeah, so they're probably talking
oh,
about the Play to Earn collection. The reality is the price for these things they're going to tier, right? So what I recommend is be early because our philosophy is always we're never going to go down in price. These things are just going to go up in price, and we are getting ready to put these for sale. Preliminary date for sale is March 15th. That's what you're kind of looking for. And uh, I'm not 100% sure where the listing price will be, but it's definitely over $600 per. But it's under it's like under 12, right? So it's going to be somewhere in between those two things, those two prices.
okay, there's a question in the chat referring to that. It says, to get the space map, you need to have a Corb. How do we get it? How do we get the Corb?
Yeah. So in March, so like around March 15th, the corps will go for sale, and you'll be able to buy one. You know what, guys? That's a good
Okay.
question. I like the space map question. So we are, that space map is ready. I even think some people have gotten it like as a teaser. We will put it in the game and give you guys like a chance to get familiar with it for like let's say 30 or 40 days, and then it'll go to be only an asset holder type of content, right? And there are tons of maps coming out. For those of you guys who've been playing Corby World or One Tap, we have a jungle map, we have a cowboy map, or we call it the cowboy map. We have the space map. Um, there's a volcano map. There's a tons of maps coming out. Some of these are exclusive for our in-game holders or item holders, and I promise you, those are like the way those maps work, they're completely different than everything else. Now, what is cool is if you're playing against someone who has a corb and you don't have one, that map will be a part of the pool. So if you end up not being able to get a corb, play the rank system, And every once in a while you'll probably be able to catch someone who has a corb, and then the content will show for you. And so that'll be fun.
Nice. Okay. Now, there's a very, very important question in the chat from PK Wolf.
Right.
He wants to know, when can I expect a wolf pet to roll out?
Yo. Should we do a rollout collaboration on the wolf? Let me know. I know there's a wolf in the
Yeah, there
pipeline,
is.
but I
Mhm.
don't remember when it's going to come out. Uh, there are a ton of pets coming out, guys. And I know for all my ambassadors and all you guys, I appreciate everybody being patient right now. We're getting ready to kind of uh, you know have an explosive 2024. A couple teasers like we're we're definitely going to do over 100 tournaments this year. Already 50 of them have been planned. We're doing them all over the world, from different places in India, Brazil, of course, North America, where we're at, and we're Singapore, which also helps us, work with people who are in the Philippines or Indonesia. So we're doing just a ton of tournaments, and on top of that, we're doing a lot of other events like coming out with a lot of pets. So I keep talking about this, that there's 25 pets coming. Um, I know they're coming. I know which ones are coming. I know how freaking awesome they're going to be in the game. I know how valuable they're going to be for those of us who own them and want to, trade them, buy them, sell them. Um, they're coming, guys. But I also am part of a team. Like we may be co-founders, but we have a marketing team, we have a sales team, we have an operations team, and it's a joint decision on the perfect time when this is going to come out. So just be a little patient. I do know that this first quarter is going to have tons of surprises, especially for those of you who are ambassadors, and tons of surprises in the game. And then, once we list the token, then it's like, then everything's just going to really be explosive. So I'm super excited. And I love that question. I love everybody to be excited for the pets.
There's another pet
All
question.
right.
It's actually a statement, and the
Okay.
statement is, nerf the octopus.
No. No.
It's buggy. It's got a bug right now, right, that we're working on.
Okay.
But I don't know. I think it's, I don't know. Me personally,
Hmm.
I don't think I would nerf it just yet. I'd kind of let people stir up their opinions about it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I've got to see it in competitions. So we have one today, right? There's a competition.
Yes.
Yeah. So I got to see it in competitions to see how it works. I know the bug is still there, but it's there for both sides of the teams. And so for everybody listening, here's the bug. Uh, if you ink them, so basically you're flashing their screen and they have limited visibility, like super limited, like they can only see like the edges. Um, if you kill them, they will respawn still inked, right? So there's a time limit on the when the ink disappears. That's the bug. Uh, I think uh, I think it'll be fine because it's on both sides. We will fix that. I'm pretty sure it's one of the optimizations coming out next week. Um, but yeah, what I like to talk about is like what's the counter to that ink? Like, does anybody figure that out yet? I think that ink is definitely the counter to the chameleon, right? So if anybody's played with against somebody who has the chameleon, they just freaking disappear, and you're just like, oh, like this, they're definitely gonna get me. But if you ink them, there's a purple haze that's floating around,
Right.
and so you
Hmm.
see them, and that's become a new counter for the chameleon. I have no idea what anybody's using to counter the ink other than maybe dash out of there like as fast as possible. But even then, you can't dash forever. So there is I keep talking about the next pet. So the next pet we're going to tease is the dog. It's got a turret, and the turret auto detects people. So I thought that was going to be a nice counter for the chameleon as well. But maybe it'll help you get out of danger when you're blind. We will see, guys. This is kind of like the beauty of this game is at every pet that comes out, the dynamic changes just a little bit.
Everyone's looking forward to the dog.
Yeah, me too. I think I'm gonna get. There's a bunch of people who won the dog, and so that's really cool. That dog's gonna be crazy. I've seen it already. The ability, it's a pretty cool piece of asset in the game as well. The animation on it is really good. But I do think that turret is an amazing ability, especially like in Arctic. Arctic is so big and it's got all those long lanes that I can block a flank, right? Um, but anyways, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
Well, Mr. Posho wants to know, can the octopus blind the turrets?
No, no, it cannot.
Okay.
Good question though.
Okay, here's a question about the loot box.
All right.
For the one-tap loot box, is this considered a second Corb NFT item that will make your earnings double, or just the cosmetics, like an in-game skin only?
Yeah, so we kind of covered this last time. This is a really good question. So right now, it's a cosmetic item in the game. Bennett, if you look at your items, they all have um, like a rarity value. And these rarity values, we may use them in the future to give you multipliers for your earning in the game. So if you're using like we have a lot of them on the pets. So if you're using like a turret and you win a round, you may earn more than if you were using the turtle or something like that. We think that's going to be a lot of fun, but it's things that we're going to think about in the future. We don't want to make it too complicating right now. So the skins right now, as it stands, they are uh, purely cosmetic in the game to make the game more fun. And I can't wait for the skin system to come out because it is so much more fun to play with these weapons now. Like they're not like these boring, basic skins. So I love them. Did you guys anybody see that knife that I put up in the chat? I was like, I got that. I saw that knife, and it has so much detail on it, and it's only a rare. It's not a legendary. It's not an epic. It's not a primal. So I can't wait to see these higher valued ones, what they look like. It's just good quality skins.
Hmm. Okay, PK Wolf has a question. Is there a gunsmith available and weapons upgrade? Multiplayer so we can play with other players. I have been facing mouse lag and freezing issues.
Okay, well, definitely open a ticket for us in Discord to talk about those freezing issues, and we'll connect you with our support team on that. We are very serious about our gaming, guys. So whenever you see or have an issue, we want to get on it, right? So we're still in beta. We still have a lot of time to get ourselves to be a better game. Um, in regards to multiplayer, yes, multiplayer is going to be coming out. We have what we call duos coming out. It's only on the private gaming side. So basically, you'll invite friends to the lobby, and it'll be a 2v2, and um, and then you'll be able to like make a few decisions, like what game modes you want to play in and all that stuff. We probably will launch the duos with just deathmatch, and then after that, we're gonna bring out some more options. Which it's guys, those of you guys who love this game, we have two more game modes that are coming out, and I'll tell you guys, one of them is internally we call it hide and seek. It's really not like a hide and seek game. It's kind of like a hunting game, like you're hunting one of the teams, and it's so crazy fun. Like the way that the developers set up this new game mode, it's pretty insane. It's actually a little bit slower paced than the deathmatch, but a lot more strategy. So it's really fun. So those kind of things will be in the lobby for you to play with your friends. So it'll be, add three friends, pick sides, pick the game modes, and then you'll play. Yeah, multiplayer is definitely
Exciting.
coming. But guys, on the ranking side, for leaderboards and ranking, that's also coming out. It's part of this play to earn system. Depending on where you are in the leaderboards, it determines a multiplier on how much you can earn. Now everybody gets to earn. There's plenty of value of being anywhere in the leaderboard. But if you're at the top 10,000 of the leaderboard, you're going to earn a lot more. And so this again has to do with that esports capital. The more you play the game, the better you get at the game, the more you're able to win, the higher up you are in the ranking system, the more you're going to earn. We're very much into competitive gaming. And so everything we do is around that kind of style of thinking. The more competitive you are, the more you're going to earn. And so learning these games early, being able to have a strategy around every game mode, every map with your pets, collecting these pets early and making sure that you have the abilities that you want to use, that's going to be a very important thing. Like, come April when this play to earn collection is fully enforced and everyone's out there, making money on gaming, right?
Yep.
Good question.
Well, okay. There's another question from JPM. Um, then will come an interface about game latency. Many were experiencing lag. Are you talking about in the last tournament? I'm not sure if he's talking about.
Yeah, I mean, we do have a mechanism in place. I think right now what we need to do is kind of understand where the lags are coming from. Uh, it's
He's saying just in the last few days of queuing.
yeah, it just really depends. I think still we're still not getting like a ton of people in the same regions doing the quick matches. We're seeing a ton of private matches, so everybody's playing with their friends, which they're not lagging. They're probably within the same region. So I'm guessing that the lag is coming from distance. So if you have someone in Argentina who's playing with somebody in Germany, there's probably something going on there. Um, but I gotta tell you guys, like we have a system that's almost perfect, and we're gonna get it there, where we are able to. We've optimized the game where it can handle a huge amount of distance, but we're trying to get it to that threshold where everybody will be happy with. And yes, we will eventually control that's called QoS, which is the quality of the service, and limit people down to. I think right now our target goal is under 200 ping. But on the private on the public game side, those of you guys are playing those quick matches, we have those opened up globally just because globally we're just not getting enough players playing that yet. So most people are just playing with their friends, which is understandable, guys. A lot of people are waiting for the leaderboard. Everyone's like, how do I rank? How do I, earn more rewards just by ranking? How do I do my achievements? And that's all coming out at the end of January, and and then we'll start exploring like how to lock down some of the regions so that way we can control this and make it a nice experience for everybody.
Last question. Are there any updates about the gold octopus eggs?
Yes. So keep an eye out for the next announcement. We will be doing another giveaway for the gold octopus egg. Um, Send us your suggestions on what we should be doing it with. We're trying to encourage more quick play gameplay to make sure that we get that properly burned in and tested in our beta. Um, uh, so we're trying to do something like that. But yep, absolutely. There's a ton of them that we still haven't given out. We also have silver eggs. So I was thinking of doing something like doing a giveaway where we give both, right? So like, I don't know, 100 people get the silver and gold egg. I think that's kind of cool. Some people just have the bronze egg. It also makes it more valuable for everybody who has a bronze egg because they kind of are holding on to them, and so there'll be a bunch of people with both eggs and kind of looking to get those. So, all right, so here's a tip. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do a giveaway. I'm gonna ask marketing if to do a giveaway uh, of 2 eggs at a time, the silver and gold. So if you don't have the bronze egg, it might be worth going to spend a little bit of money to get it. What's it going for right now? Let's see. Let's go to Atomic Hub. Mm-mm-mm. All right, let's see. So we have the, where's the bronze? So here's a bronze for 32 cents. Somebody needs to go grab that. Here's one for $1.14. Somebody needs to go grab that 32 cents one. Here's a 34-cent one. Yeah, guys. So 34 cents to get that bronze octopus. That's probably worth it since we're gonna do a giveaway to do the silver and the gold. So if you don't have any of those, get them now. Oh, these pets are going for $55. That's pretty good. Is this dog? Someone listed the dog for $1,200. That's amazing. I actually think that's the right value for the dog.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, like this is the secondary marketplace. If those of you guys who've not seen this before, this is not core gaming. This is you. You get these assets from us. You buy them from us, or you win them from us. And if you don't want to keep them, you can put them for sale, and you set the price. And I promise you, one day these pets they're gonna easily sell for $1,000. Like it's that's just kind of like how it's gonna go. So like one like what my friend's been doing, or some of my friends, is when the pets go for sale, they'll buy like two or three. They'll list one on the marketplace for a high value, and they're gonna keep one or two for playing in the game, or for future value, right? So it's kind of how they do their buying, so they can kind of benefit from everything. Good questions, guys. Good questions. Was there any other questions?
There are no more. There was a couple of questions that were submitted on the job form, but we've already answered them.
Oh, awesome. All
So
right.
that's about it.
All right. Well, this was a really good kind of first conversation around our play to earn. Some of the key things to walk away from is one, this is a long-term plan that you'll be able to earn for a very long time, up to 20 years. And then from there, I would imagine that the community will have made some arrangements to continue earning. So when you're thinking about buying one of these items and you're buying them because of that you can earn in the game, that's one of the things to kind of keep in mind, is that, wow, I'm going to be able to play these games for a long time. Oh, and Corporate World is a 3 game system. Right now, you're only playing one tap. Um, the earning will still be there when we do the one tap mobile in summer, and the same items will be used to earn in the Rome game, which I've talked about Rome before. Rome is a multi-team um, capture the flag game in a third person kind of scenario, right? So the Corbs work in all of those things. You're buying one item, basically it rules them all in regards to earning. And by the way, the pets work in everything. Pets work in mobile, pets work in Roam. So the same pets that you're buying for one tap, they will be also cross game compatible. Uh, so it's just kind of a really exciting project to be a part of. The Corbs also give you a lot of other benefits, guys. This conversation, I wanted to keep it to play to earn and those kind of questions, but do go to the white paper and read about the Corbs, learn about their values, learn about their long-term values, and then if you'll have enough information there to make a decision on whether you want to buy one. And these are basically the underlining products that will eventually be at the forefront of the community, right? So when you look at how the structure of the DAO is set up, which is here, like we have it in the documentation. So this community, is it here? Yeah. So there's a section under the tokenomics that talks about the DAO. This community is governed by the people who own Corbs and the people who own the Corby token. And you can read all about that. So this collection has tons of value around community management and earning and all that stuff. So it's really at the center of everything. So please read up about it. If you're interested, ask me questions. I'm always available in Discord. You can DM me if you want. Just make sure if you are DMing me, if you're sending me a DM, you are being patient. I literally get 100 DMs a week, and I can't answer them all fast, but I will answer them eventually. Like I spend a little bit of time every day going through all that.
There's a couple questions.
Okay.
If it's okay, we'll just go through them quickly. One is will people in mobile be able to play with people on PC?
I'm not sure. We're a Unity company, and there is a lot of cross-platform capabilities in Unity that we're going to take advantage of. Right now, what I'm waiting for is how do they balance the game in regards to the competition, right? So I can't have one platform be overpowering over another, and that'll be how we make that final determination.
Okay. And then another question from Les. Would like to check with you regarding on how and where can we check if we received Corby tokens?
Oh, hey Les. Well, you know what? Open a ticket or DM me, and I can walk you through it. But if you got Corby token, you probably did it through a Phantom wallet on Solana, so you should be able to just log into Solana and or log into your Phantom wallet and see it. That's how I see mine. But if you're not seeing it, let me know. I can help you out. It might be something where we have to import the token into the Phantom wallet. Um, but I haven't heard anybody else kind of talk about that or complain about it. So I was assuming that it would just automatically show up. But let's look at it. We can figure that out.
Okay, I think that's it.
Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you everybody for all your support. Let's keep it going, and definitely those of you guys who made it into the ambassador program. Uh, Huge announcements coming up next week, and we're gonna get things rolling. So I look forward to talking to all of you again, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.